And another point I'd like to make about the deception is concerning relationships. As I mentioned before, deception strikes at the very base of the perception. It splits the uh, agency by undermining the trust in in the perception. For self-deception, it would mean your own perception, right? But for the um, general deception of other people, it would mean to undermine um, what it would undermine their trust in your perception, right? And what it would mean also for you, it means that if you lie to them now, your words don't have meaning anymore. Now, if they can't take you, if they detect your deception, they can't take your words at their value. So your words lose meaning, and they can't rely on your perception. If they figure out that it's mismatches with the reality, if it's not an accurate representation of the truth. But I want to highlight the uh, distinction between the misinformation, between being misinformed and unintentionally deceiving. Um, when someone misinformed you and they did not make it intentionally, uh, it means that you still can, and you find out that they misinformed you find out that what they believe in perhaps is not truthful. It still means that you can communicate it to them. It still means that um, they are not corrupted. They don't desire to manipulate you. You can still rely um, on their intent for you. Maybe you can't rely on what they do if they follow a false belief, but they are not necessarily you don't necessarily view them negatively. Maybe you're sorry to them because you want them to know to have an accurate representation of reality, but it means that they are not intentionally trying to harm you. um, but if they deceive you intentionally and you realize their intention, it means that they um, put their advantage and their desired reality over the uh, truth. So they value their desires more than they value the truthfulness of their perception, and more than they value the comprehension of reality itself. If someone desires to deceive you, it also means that and when someone deceives in general, it means that they value the truth. They devalue the truth first of all for themselves. To devalue the truth is to devalue your own perception, because you know the truth through your perceptions. You know the truth through experiencing it with your sensations. And so to devalue the truth, to deceive, is to value the desired state of affairs, to value your well-being over the things you find out. Okay, and it also means that you are willing to ensure your well-being no matter the means, right? So if it costs others the ignorance and inefficiency in life as they follow the falsehood, and as they are confused in reality, and you are all right with it, if it means that you are you benefit, then you desire the what? You view others as instruments to yourself. You view others as a means. You view others uh, only uh, as it's not only like it's not bad in itself to view others as perhaps um, uh, uh, hmm, someone of benefit to you, because people can benefit each other, but it is bad to uh, view them as merely a benefit, because it is just simply a reduction of you, and it is a narrowed and limited perception because you don't understand them and you don't know them, because if you would truly know what they experience, you would do that best for them. And it's well known that psych um, not only psychopaths but also the narcissists, they um, uh, they err in their perception by overestimating their capacities, right? And psychopaths uh, can't understand others. They can't understand because they can rationalize, but they can emphasize, they can't feel what others do, and so it's a lacking comprehension. It's limited perception, and um when you uh, desire you know to just to limit your own perception by um what by not being understanding of others, by not considering the well-being of others, and deceiving them, um it it's just makes your perception unreliable, and it completely breaks any cooperation. Your perception can be trusted, your words can be taken at their value, they lose meaning, um, and it is actually sad because we depend on because knowledge is not I what isolated. Knowledge, it can be enhanced uh, with uh, when it's shared. Uh, Knowledge is communal, right? So because we what it's a great deal for us when others deny or confirm the reality of our perception, because we are limited in a sense also to our own perception, and for this exact reason that others can enhance it. When we understand others and their points of view, we enhance our perception, we can start comprehend the reality more, we move closer towards the accurate representation of it. We what we deny our uh, uh, illusions, um, because there's a lot of unconscious self-deception. There are many studies on unconscious self-deception that we can be deceived not only on a conscious level, and that self-deception can be not only internally caused but externally caused. It means that other people can't influence you being influence you deceiving yourself, um, and um, it just means that there are great ways of people being able to manipulate you, and and that's why it's cooperation is a dangerous game. But because you uh, being alert by other people potential being potential threats to you, and the game consists in that you being able to successfully predict uh, the intent of the other person by understanding uh, understanding them, understanding their motives, understanding what uh, their perception focuses on, and the reality at least for their perception, understanding their needs and etc. And um, uh, the deception breaks this cooperation, and it breaks the opportunity also um, to share the knowledge, beliefs, and to move close towards the accurate understanding reality. Because when we deceive others, we deny them our true beliefs. When we deceive others, we deny them the truth. We deny them um our view to the on the world, and uh, we even falsify it, right? We present misleading information, and um, this has a very negative effect because uh, you know it hinders the growth on a macro level. It hinders the growth and the comprehension of people, because they are becoming less and less willing to believe in the genuineness and sincerity of this cooperation, on anyone's genuine intent. And mm, that means that they would be, if they are not sure that others are genuine players, they think they others manipulate them and play in an unfair game. There is a more possibility for them to start playing like returning the favor by playing the um, unfair game, and even perhaps going further, like making it even more unfair and manipulative. So, deception changes the game completely because it undermines the foundational trust in the perception, your own and the other's perception. It makes the uh, Oh, it limits so much our capacity for comprehension because we can comprehend so much more when we share the knowledge beliefs, because we you know need this confirmation or denial of our beliefs, denial of our illusions, and confirmation for justified beliefs. We need the other subjective minds to check, to verify, and double check our assumption and predictions about the reality. We need others, and we need to trust them, and we need their perception to be truthful and sincere. Otherwise, um, cooperation becomes impossible, and deception undermines all of that. Mm, and the worst thing is that sometimes it's not only makes, like, it makes the game already, deception makes the game already so hard, but it's also um could make it almost possible when if you deceive, but your deceit comes from self-deception, and another trusts you because they see you being sincere in your delusions, let's say, uh, and they take it at the true values, and they believe your perception, and then they notice incoherence between the reality and your ideology, the belief you present to them. They experience something isn't right, but then they can decide to look at it, to look at what is wrong, um, or to uh, refuse to look at it and just live by your words. You know, trust trust your perception, and it's so damaging when we suppress our consciousness, and um, we can be so what covered in so many lies that it would become completely difficult for us to figure out where is the truth, uh, because we already forgot the reasons why we believed what we believed in the first place, or to whom we believed. We just, um, lied to maybe uh, lied too many times, or just dismissed our own experiences, perception too many times, that we're lost and confused. And um, there is a good news that well, there's first a bad news that I do believe that people find themselves confused in reality, in what to do, and in what they do and why they do it, and what they should do, and they find themselves so completely lost because uh, they continuously has have uh, avoided their uh, conscious voice that had provided them the feedback to their choices, to their thoughts, to their experiences, because they believed either someone else's lies or their own lies, because they choose to follow uh, what is comforting rather than what is necessary. And um, uh, they been practicing it so much that uh, now they have deceived themselves enough to sincerely believe all these lies, and they you know uh, don't know what are the lies and what is the truth. And but the good um news uh, is that they still can what search for the truth, and it will find them if they will do it sincerely, and they can start doing it uh, by questioning again, questioning all the beliefs you hold. There's a good way to find out if you know y- to find the false narrative to hold that contradicts your experience. You ask yourself the motivation behind your belief. You ask, why do you believe the things you do? You start to be curious again. You allow the possibility that this is not true. You allow the possibility that this is false, and you search for the truth that reveals itself for the sake of it being real. And as you do it, you it manifests because it is real, and um, you notice the contradiction within your belief system by asking why questions, by asking um, and challenging your existing dogmas. And I want to mention it again, that dogmas are not the just pre-existing ideology or a complete narrative that is not flexible. It is a suppression. It is a narrative that suppresses the inquiry, that censors the search for the alternative, that censors the challenge, because it is false, and because if it will be challenged, it can break, and it is afraid of being broken, because it lies not in the desire for the truth, it lies in the desire for what it can provide you with, because it is comforting. And but when you realize that, wow, this is so crazy, why wouldn't I want to challenge why wouldn't I want to challenge with all I can the things I believe in? Because if they are true, wouldn't they be just confirmed? But if they are false, well, then better for me that I realized it. But no, then those kind of narratives and ideologies, uh, they kind of are there. They're biased in the first place, so you can't uh what you're not they come from self-deception, so they're not sincere, they are motivated not by the truth, they are motivated by something else. That's why challenging and questioning becomes a taboo. So so the true truth seekers would always question and challenge, not to deny the truth, but to prove it or confirm it, or deny it. So just to um, grow in your comprehension, and grow in your capacity to orient yourself in the reality. So um, I will be making questions that a list of questions. Um, I had this idea for some time, and I think that this questions would be helpful for people to check for their hypocrisy and self-deception, to challenge their foundational beliefs. And when I say beliefs, I don't mean only religious beliefs. I mean any kind of beliefs, because um, beliefs are motivated, right? But um, um, sometimes they can deviate from our perceptions and experiences, and we have to realize the identify the errors and deviations, so we could look for the more accurate ones, and so we could grow in our comprehension. And you can only do that if you challenge your existing knowledge and beliefs. And as you stop doing that, you're stopping yourself from growing, because again, your actions are completely the uh, acted out beliefs, and of course unconscious beliefs too. You act out what you uh, foundationally believe in, not what you just say you believe in, or say but what you know so deeply that um, it's a necessity for you to believe it, uh, so not to be in a functional paralysis. Knowledge is a justified belief. It's a belief so that is so true, real for you, that it's a practical necessity to hold it as true. Because to reject it would be to reject your own perception. To reject it would be to reject your own senses, and would just lead to a functional error. I know I have a hand, because to deny it would lead me to a functional paralysis. Because to deny that I have a hand would to deny my perception, my capacity to comprehend the truth. And if I truly, not just on words, not just in questioning, if I would truly deny it, I would have to stop living, and it's impossible, because how would perception deny itself? Uh, so, and this is knowledge, what we know so deeply that it has to be true for us so we could exist. And when we reject it to other people, when we reject to share, when we refuse to share the beliefs and knowledge to other people, we refuse them an important information um, uh, about the world, and we stop their progression, or we even hinder it by misrepresenting the reality, if they would believe us. So, and what we also do, we also devalue the truth for ourselves. We put our what imaginary gains, some or ideological motivation our need for the uh, uh, sincere and genuine share of the comprehension of reality, share of the sharing of the knowledge, and we would do that if we would not realize how important that is. And um, we oftentimes don't, because consciousness is not that fast. It's definitely not faster than unconsciousness, and it takes time, and rationalization takes and a cognitive effort, a mental effort, and is not it's not randomly spawns. It's hard to maintain, and it's costly. Okay, so uh, so we definitely oftentimes uh, don't reflect on the consequences of our actions. But as we do, we can stop repeating the mistakes, and we can correct them. And that was about the um, deception and um, uh, deception and uh, trust that enables cooperation, and deception that hinders it.